Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick, and in today's video I got something a little bit different for you. In this video I'm going to show you how I run stop losses. If you find this useful, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and continue supporting the channel. Let's get busy. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Okay, so I'm going to show you something a little bit different. So the market has not been doing a lot this morning. So I was waiting on trades, I'm waiting on setups. As you know, I trade supply and demand, so I was waiting on setups, but there wasn't a lot going on. So I stepped out of my strategy a little bit to, take advantage of something I see often in the market. Before I tell you what it was or tell you the setup, I just want to address something. So I haven't traded UJ for a while, and this is what my UJ charts used to look like. So you can see moving averages, RSI, everything. So much noise. I mean, price action is enough noise in itself, and you got all this on top of it. It's so confusing. I'm so glad I moved away from that. And since I've moved away from that, I'm able to read the market or price action a lot better. So if you are someone that trades a lot with indicators, consider reducing it, if not getting rid of it completely, because it will help you see the markets a lot better. So let me start by getting rid of my indicators. Let me hide some of these pending orders as well. So now we've got a clean chart and naked chart. So H1, UJ, demand here pushes up, pulls down here, back into that demand zone, it pushes up. It doesn't even get up into this supply zone. So what does that tell us? That the buyers here are not that strong. The sellers here at prices where it's considerably higher on a daily. So imagine this is where we are here. So at new highs, for a seller, that's where you want to be selling, at new highs. And you can see they did that here and took it from here all the way down, and they come and done the same thing. Okay, so I'm expecting UJ to move down possibly, but it's not guaranteed because it could be on the uptrend here. You can see a low there, higher low, and potentially higher low there. But we're not speculating. I'm just going to show you what I saw and how I got to find a trade that I took this morning. So what I saw was that price had pushed down into this demand that has already been used. It got used there, right? Yesterday news hit and it broke deep into that demand. And what did it do? It created an equal low. If you trade support and resistance, you see that as a double bottom, and you want to trade that back up. And if you did that, you got a decent move there, right? You got a decent move there. You got about 79 pips there. Myself, I do not trade support and resistance, and this is what this video is about really, and this is why I don't trade support and resistance. If you trade support and resistance, you're placing your stop loss anywhere underneath here, right? 5, 10 pips, 1 or 2 pips underneath this candle here. For me, that is an obvious place to place your stop loss, and for I'm sure the market makers, big institutions, banks, that is an obvious place to target people's stop losses, right? So I don't trade it based on that, but if you use a higher time frame, you can see it does work, and I've seen on D1 it does work as well. You get a good move, right? Okay, so on a lower time frame, let's go to M15. So that's where that low is, yeah? On this lower time frame, what I saw was more equal lows. So equal lows here. Okay, so we got equal low here. Okay, so this was yesterday, and today, Asian session, price pulled down from here. So hold on, let's get it right. So push down, hit that equal low, push back up, hit a supply zone there, and pull back down to make a double bottom here, a equal low here. So again, this is a new day. So let's say, where would it be? Let's say here. So this was the end of yesterday's trading session. Hit there, came down, consolidated through the Asia session and pulled down and created that equal low. So price pushed up, came down, created another equal low here, right? So in the start of the London session around here, what I saw was that, well, as I read it, it came down, came up, created the two equal lows, created a third equal low. When price got here in the London session, the obvious thing to do was to sell it. We are in a higher time frame demand, but it's in a demand that's based on a double bottom, so I'm not trading that. I'm not buying down here. Price pushed down here. Well, sorry, price pushed down here, created another equal low based on this demand, and it's moved up. And all it gave us is that move and came back down and created another equal low. That tells me that buyers buyers are not very strong right now. Okay, it's not convincing price action for me to buy this zone to try to take it up to fill this imbalance here. Yeah. So what did I do? Instead, I waited for a setup, nothing going on in the London session. This was the start of London session. Then I decided to run these equal lows. So I looked for a trade. I found a trade entry roughly around here. I think it was 47, 46, yeah, roughly. And I got into a trade here and I was looking to run it down to beat these equal lows, which is exactly what it did. And as you see, price just hit, just beats it here, and it started reversing. Okay, so it's responding now to this demand zone from this low here. Okay, yeah. So if you see my videos, you know that's a significant turning point. That's a pivot point. So that could have been a buy. I did buy this actually. I scalped it a little bit. It gave me a lot more than I expected, but I got out for a quick scalp as well by there. So I didn't want to buy it here on these equal lows. I didn't want to buy it here. I wanted the price to run it down, to get down here to buy it from this fresh discounted price, right? So this is why I do not trade support and resistance, because for me and for market makers, this is it's such an obvious place to place your stop loss. You're placing your stop loss here, okay? 1 or 2 pips underneath this low based on these two equal lows. And what did price do? Let's just zoom in again. So what price did here was it took it from me. I got in roughly about there, and it gave me about, what was that? Where's it gone? It gave me about 26 pips or so. Okay, and the other reason I got out here and I didn't try to run those higher equal lows on the higher time frame, sorry, the lower equal lows on the higher time frame, is because this was the close of a H1 candle. I don't know the significance of this yet, but I do pay attention to H1 candle closes and opens. Okay, so it was 9 o'clock, this white candle here. That's the start of the London session. This candle here, as it was up here, this is where I got my trade. As it pushed down and it was about to close here, I got out. Okay, because I knew with that 10 o'clock candle being in the demand zone, there's a big potential for this to pull back up. And the reason I expected it to do so has a lot to do with what's going on today. There was a lot of news due out today, so I always check the forecast to see what's going on. If there's a lot of news, I don't expect price to do nothing until that news is released, and the only thing it will do is chop around, try to stop people out. So if there is big news due, you need to be careful not to trade before it, because price tends to just consolidate, waiting for that news in anticipation. But while it's waiting, it's going to take someone's stop losses. Okay, so remember, in the market, for someone to make money, someone has lost money. And if you're placing your stop losses just under equal lows or equal highs, you might be that person that's lost money. Okay, in this occasion, you know, I joined in and ran those equal lows because it made sense to do. And if you're that person placing your stop losses here, man, try avoid it. Try avoid it. If you want to trade double bottom, double tops, look, up here it worked. It works on occasions. Up here it worked. Yeah, it worked. News went against this pair and it dropped down. But occasion, in most scenarios, especially on these smaller time frame equal lows, like this was a 5-minute, 15-minute equal lows, it's gonna hurt you. So try avoid it and be smart. Really, read the charts. try to learn to read the charts, naked charts, and avoid the manipulation. So that's all I wanted to show you. Quick scalp, 20, it was about 20 pips at least. I think it was 26 or something like that because I left the runner. Let's call it 20 pips. Made about $800 on that move, and that's from running equal lows. Okay, and you could, if you backtest it, you'll see there's a lot of equal lows here that get run. Just run, then price goes in the direction. You know, equals lows here, smashed, then prices started to come back up. So this is an equal low here based on a higher time frame, and it seems to be holding. But again, news is due, so it might just pull up here, get into this supply zone and push down again, and then running those equal lows. I don't know yet. I do know this is an imbalance. I do know this is an imbalance. So if you've been watching my videos, you know what I'm waiting for on those two moves. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that support, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Keep supporting the channel. Okay, until next time, this is Patrick signing out. Peace.